Tom up first. Y'all sound up?
Yeah.
Cash, I asked Tom about this, but you've been here when there's short preseasons, and now this one was really extensively long. Which do you prefer as a college basketball player? Obviously, you won't be back, but if your voice and it does matter, what do you think's better?
Probably the shorter ones, so you can get back to the games, get back to playing a little bit. This was definitely the longest preseason I've been through. It's not all too bad though. Like I said, you get a lot of chance to work with your team, get the new guys, further along. So the long preseason isn't all bad. It's just you kind of want the games to get there a little bit sooner.
Catch that Kentucky backcourt seems like they're really good after it defensively, and you wonder what you've seen on film against them, what the key is to breaking them down.
Oh yeah, they're very athletic. Very aggressive, take a lot of chances and things like that. Just you gotta be patient. You know what I'm saying? You can't force anything on them. Can't let them rush you, let them speed you up. If you play at your pace and control the tempo, it takes away that kind of aggressiveness that they play with on a defensive end.
Cash, going into a game when it's 1 versus 2, or any of these early season, marquee matchups, it's a big deal and it's fun. How do you balance that with also understanding a win or a loss tonight, or in a couple weeks against Duke, doesn't necessarily say what the season's going to be? I guess how do you not put too much into it yet still be?
Oh yeah, definitely. You just gotta embrace the moment. This is a huge opportunity. To play against the best team in the country, to play on the biggest stage. Those are moments that you dream of. You know what I'm saying? When you're thinking about playing college basketball, that's what you watch on TV. Those games on ESPN and things like that. And at the same time, you got to remember that you want to play your best basketball at the end of the year. That's what you're working towards. That's the whole goal. So no matter what happens, you want to play. You want to play great. You want to do those things. And if not, then you got to figure out what you can learn from it and how you can carry that over into the next game.
Has that changed for you as a senior now? Because I remember we were talking about when you guys were freshmen and went and played Kentucky.
Yeah.
Things, Miles had like 9 turnovers and things didn't go that well. Maybe it was being too up for it. Does that change the longer you're here? You kind of understand?
Yeah, definitely. That's one of those things that you kind of learn as you grow, as you get older. Remember maybe my first year that Kentucky loss, you think, this is, the end of the season, the end of the world. And now, even a couple times that we have lost it, you just know what you got to learn from it. You got to get better. And tired of losing the game. I hope to learn my lesson a little bit later this time, but still, whatever happens, you kind of just learn from it and get better.
Cash, you're not going to play 40 minutes, I don't think. Tom said something about maybe aiming for around 32. Can you talk about how Foster is different from what he was a year ago as a true freshman? And can you compare where Rocket is now to where you were 3 years ago?
Foster, has a lot more experience under his belt now, and that's, with a kid like that, that's all you really need. You just got to figure out your angles, figure out your timing, just all those type of things you got to make those adjustments with. That's the way he plays. So I think the summer's been big for him, the last year's been big for him. Just taking care of his body, working on his game, so he's going to be a huge help. And Rock is going to be a great Spartan. I think he's further along than I was my freshman year, just because physically he's much better, athletically strong, good body and things like that. He's still figuring out little things like how to play, position, spots and things like that, but he plays hard, so he's able to make up for a lot of those things.
Better defensively than most freshmen?
Yeah, definitely. Likes getting after it, slides his feet really well, has quick hands, so yeah, he's been really good for us.
Pretend for a moment that you're talking to someone that knows nothing about basketball. Why is playing at Madison Square Garden so special to players?
Oh man, just when you think of basketball, the history of basketball and all the greats, they've all played there at one point. You know what I'm saying? No matter what this Carmelo, LeBron's, you name it. They played at the Garden, and to just play in a place like that on such a high level, a lot of people don't get that opportunity. So you try to embrace it. You try to enjoy every moment of it.
Cassius, how prepared do you think Aaron is to sort of take this next step in terms of what he's being asked to do, in terms of playing hard, every night, like Tom says a lot, in terms of managing his expectations for himself and others' expectations for him, just sort of all-encompassing, I guess. How prepared do you think he is to take that next step?
Definitely, I think he's very, very capable of it. He has all the tools you need. know, had a great summer working on his game, adding things to his game that's going to help him in the long run. You know, now it's just him figuring out his mindset. You know what I'm saying? You got to be one of the best players, you got to feel like you're one of the best players. And you got to carry that type of attitude no matter whether things are going good, whether things are going bad. You know, you can't doubt yourself, and that's the next step for him. Just, you know, always having that confidence, always having that chip on his shoulder, and I think he's been making huge strides in that direction.
Cassius, you guys have a chance as well to make an impact on your own season with a game like this. I guess, how do you use that in terms of a springboard for what you want to do throughout the course of the season? And is it different being the #1 team in the country going into this game?
I guess so. I feel like, you know, it would be a lot different if they were maybe a 10 seed or something like that, but it is a 1 versus 2 matchup, so that means potentially we both could be the #1 team in the country. It just depends on who you ask type thing. So we're both really good teams, both got a lot of talent, both got a chance to do some special things. So, you know, we want to come in focused, you know, come in and set our identity of what type of team we're going to be throughout the year, and just, you know, what better way to do that against the best team in the country.
One more for Cash in the back.
Do you feel the pressure, though, of just so high the expectations are here?
I mean, you can't help but feel it, but at the same time, I feel like if you're prepared, if you put your work in, if you've done all those type of things, watched your film, you know, got each other on the same board as teammates, then, you know, the game is the easy part. You know, we put in all the work, we watched all the film, we made our mistakes, we learned from our mistakes. We did all those things to put ourselves in this position, you know, to put ourselves at this big stage, and now it's just a part of going out there and play. And when you go out there and play, that's the fun part of it all.
Thanks, Cash.
Yeah, appreciate it.